My boyfriend cheated on me with his boss, and it broke me in ways I never expected. They say love can survive anything. I believed that once. I believed it until I found a message on his phone that shattered the very foundation I thought we were building together. My boyfriend, the man I called my best friend, was sleeping with his boss. And the most painful part, I think he loved the power she gave him more than he ever truly loved me. When love felt safe. I met Eric 3 years ago. It was one of those messy, serendipitous moments. I spilled a chai latte all over his laptop in a crowded coffee shop. I was mortified, stammering out 100 apologies, ready for him to snap. But instead he just laughed. That warm, awkward laugh that would later become so familiar. He asked for my number with a smile, and somehow that chaos became the beginning of something beautiful. Or at least I thought it was. Eric was charming, ambitious, and he had this boyish clumsiness that made him feel genuine. He told me early on he was chasing a big promotion at his tech company. I admired that fire in him. At the time I was still finishing my psychology degree, juggling late-night studying and part-time work. He'd always tell me how proud he was, how meaningful it was that I wanted to help people. We felt like equals then, chasing dreams on different roads but heading in the same direction. We built a life filled with little rituals, cooking random recipes from YouTube, watching trashy reality shows until midnight, talking about the apartment we'd eventually move into together, the dog we'd adopt, the names of the kids we might have. Felt like a future. Felt safe. But now, looking back, I see the signs I didn't want to see. I wanted a future with him. He wanted a future that looked good on paper, full of titles, status, and validation. I just didn't know yet what he was willing to trade to get it. When Vanessa arrived. About a year ago, Eric's company brought in a new department head, Vanessa. I remember the first time he mentioned her. He said she was sharp, confident, a storm in heels. He meant it as a joke, but I caught the admiration in his voice. He respected her. Maybe more than that. Then the late nights started. The weekend strategy sessions. Team bonding events that never seemed to include partners. Every time I asked, he brushed it off. It's just work, babe. You know how corporate is. She's hard on everyone, not just me. But I noticed things. His phone buzzing well past midnight. His tone when he said her name. Vanessa, like it hung heavier than the others. It started to feel like a bruise on our relationship. Every time I brought up my concerns, I was met with defensiveness or dismissiveness. I pushed down the doubt. I convinced myself I was overthinking. I wanted to believe in us. The breaking point. One night I made dinner, garlic butter salmon, his favorite. But he never came home. Called. No answer. At 1:43 a.m. I got a text. Sorry. Crashed at the office. Big meeting prep. Something inside me cracked. I didn't sleep. My thoughts spiraled until morning. While he was in the shower, I opened his laptop. His emails were clean. Course they were. But his messages were synced. I found the thread with V. No heart emojis. No graphic confessions. Just one message that changed everything. Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you. Let's be careful this time. I told her I had a late meeting. I stared at the screen as the room spun. My hands trembled. My stomach churned. It felt like standing on thin ice, the cracks spreading underfoot. The confrontation. When Eric came out toweling his hair, I handed him the laptop in silence. He looked, froze, and then he sighed. Not panic, not regret, just a sigh. Like getting caught was an inconvenience. I asked one question. How long? He sat down and rubbed his face. A few months. It just happened. Then the knife twist. There's chemistry. She gets my world. She pushes me. I swallowed hard. Do you love her? I don't know. But she's helping me get promoted. And just like that, my heart collapsed. Not because he cheated, but because the betrayal was so transactional. He didn't even try to lie or soften it. He made a calculated choice. And I was collateral damage. The fallout. I packed my things that night. He didn't stop me. He didn't beg. Think deep down he was relieved. I had served my purpose. I moved in with my sister and cried for weeks. Not just out of heartbreak but humiliation. I felt like a placeholder, a support system he used until something more valuable came along. I had supported his dreams, ignored my instincts, and lost myself in the process. But something unexpected happened after those tears dried. The healing. I started therapy. I got a part-time job at a women's shelter, using what I'd learned in my psych degree to help others who were hurting. Gave me purpose. Gave me strength. I realized that love isn't meant to be earned by how much of yourself you're willing to sacrifice. I had bent over backward to be understanding, patient, and loyal. But love shouldn't cost your self-worth. And ambition isn't an excuse for betrayal. A few months later, a mutual friend called. Apparently, Vanessa dumped Eric. Word spread that she had a reputation for mentoring young men on their way up. Once he got the promotion, she moved on. Eric texted me once. "I miss you. I made a mistake." I never replied. By then, I was done being anyone's stepping stone. Twist. I rebuilt. Slowly, intentionally. I learned the difference between a partner and a parasite. Between someone who lifts you and someone who leeches off your love while chasing their own ego. If you've ever been cheated on, I want you to hear this. See you. Feel you. You didn't deserve it. And it was never your fault. Some people will break your heart just to feed their own emptiness. But sometimes when everything shatters, you finally see what was holding you back. And in those broken pieces, you begin to build something stronger, something that's yours.